They don't speak. They don't ask questions. But somehow, they know. Your cat has already made up their mind about you, and they've been showing you how they feel. Part 1. Emotional reading through tone and body language. Cats may not speak our language, or at least we assume they don't. But they actually understand so much more than you think. And don't just trust me. Take it from Kyoto University in Japan. They did a study that determined that cats not only observe how we humans treat other humans, but they adjust their levels of trust accordingly. I know, right? Your cat really is judging you, and how you treat others after all. Let's say, in this example, the person they're looking at is you. And let's say your cat sees you be lovely and kind to that other person. Your cat is watching. They're listening. But what are they seeing or hearing? Overall, they're seeing someone who's nice, compassionate, caring. So, of course, they'll be more likely to approach you themselves. Everything from your tone of voice to your posture to how you speak to strangers are emotional fingerprints to your cat. And if you're warm, consistent, and gentle, they will notice. They will see somehow who they consider a good person. So, of course, they will want to spend time with you. Part 2. Cats and empathy. Who they choose. Have you ever seen a cat ignore a whole group of people, only to then quietly approach the one person sitting quietly in the corner? It's kind of funny how they seem to notice the most introverted person in the room and then zoom in on them. But that's not random. Cats tend to approach those who speak softly, move slowly, and don't immediately try to touch them. In short, people who show empathy and emotional intelligence. It's not that cats are moral philosophers, although maybe they are. We can't read their minds. But cats tend to gravitate toward calm, respectful energy, and this should be no surprise, because humans do the same. Part 3. Memory. They don't forget who was kind. We all know that elephants never forget, but your fluffy feline friend has a memory that is almost as good, because cats remember so much more than you think they do. Sure, maybe not the way humans do, but their associative memory is profoundly strong. Be it a shout, sudden movement, or, God forbid, an unkind hand, one bad experience with a person will stick in your cat's memory like toffee in your teeth. And as a result, they may steer clear of that person for a very long time in hope of avoiding a similar situation. But don't worry, this revelation has a beautiful twist. The same is true for kindness. Cats remember those who offered a hand and waited, those who blinked slowly at them, those who respected their boundaries again and again. That person becomes safe. That person becomes trusted. That person is now reviewed by the cat, and it's a 5 out of 5. Part 4. Cats mirror the calm of good people. Want to know something interesting? Your cat is an emotional sponge. They soak up the energy around them, shifting to match the vibes on offer. If you're being calm and quiet, then it's gentle hang time. If you're being playful and hyperactive, it's officially zoomies o'clock for them. This also extends to judging the character of humans. They don't just soak up your emotional energy, they soak up your ethical energy. Not sure if that's a phrase, but it is now. If you're calm, grounded, and emotionally present, your cat may feel safe enough to sleep beside you, or purr in your lap, or knead your chest like dough. These are not random behaviors. They are signs of deep emotional safety. And your cat doesn't hand out that kind of trust easily. These are all signs that they are mirroring the positive vibes you're putting out there, and a clear-cut sign that they see you as quite a good egg. Part 5. Signs your cat thinks you're a good person. So your cat doesn't forget who's kind, and they mimic the vibes of those who they think are good. But what does it look like when a cat sees you not just as their caregiver, but as someone they genuinely approve of? Part 5.1. They want your company. Firstly, they seek out your company even when food isn't involved. If they come to you when hungry, that doesn't count. Some cats would fuss over someone as evil as Doctor Doom if they thought they could get a quick snack out of it. But if they want to hang with you even when there is zero chance at chicken, they've decided you are good and want to be around you. Part 5.2, they slow blink at you. Then there's the age-old classic of the slow blink. You know this, I know this, we all know this. But when a cat blinks at you slowly, it's their version of a kiss. Well, I mean, think about it. They're not going to kiss someone they think is a bad person, are they? Cats aren't known for being non-judgy. They think you're a good egg. That means they want to kiss you. End of this part. Part 5.3, flaunting their guts. And of course, they rest with their belly exposed. I've chatted about this a fair bit on the channel as well, so I'll try not to linger on it for too long, as we still need to talk about the rather interesting subject of, do cats avoid bad people? But a cat's belly is a vulnerable spot, so they want to keep it protected best they can. If they expose their belly to you, it means they feel safe around you. And they wouldn't feel safe around you if they deemed you a bad person, would they? Nobody says, see that guy? He's a knife-wielding maniac. Therefore, I'm going to expose my throat to him. No, you expose your throat to people who have proved themselves to not be knife-wielding maniacs. Part 5.4, rubbing their smell all over you. Then there's rubbing their scent on you. We all know this is your cat's way of claiming you as their property, stealing you and insisting that you are theirs like the British Museum. But take a moment to really think about that. Why would your cat do that if they didn't think you were a good human? Part 5.5. They bring you gifts. Something all pet parents to fluffy feline friends will be all too familiar with is a cat's propensity for bringing their owners a gift or two. But no, they don't go for a box of chocolates or a Blu-ray box set of Stranger Things. They opt for a good old-fashioned dead corpse. Because that was on your wedding list, right? A dead mouse? It's grim, it's gross, but you're looking at it with those human eyes of yours. Borrow your cat's eyes for a moment and you'll realize that this is a gesture that means an awful lot to them. Something they only do for those who they feel deserve to share their catch with. Would you willingly share dinner with someone you think is a bad person? I mean, you might have to because family is family, and all that. But you get what I mean. When your cat slams a dead bird at your feet, they're saying, you're a good egg, so I bought you dinner. These habits aren't just quirks, they're proof that your cat sees you as safe, consistent, and emotionally trustworthy. And they'd only feel that way if you were a good person. Part 5.6, they watch you like a hawk. If your cat thinks you're a good person, they will always be watching you. I mentioned earlier that your cat watches you to observe you, to learn from you, to figure out if they think you're morally sound. And once they've reached a positive conclusion, they will just keep on watching you, always silently gawping at you from afar. Think of it like this. You're a TV show, they watched you for a bit to be sure they liked you, but now they know they do. Well, they're going to keep on watching. Part 5.7, they mimic your routines and vocalizations. Earlier, I mentioned how your cat absorbs the emotions you put out there, but this can actually also extend to your behaviors, most notably routines. This is what is known as social alignment. They wake up when you wake up. They're ready for food when you normally serve it. They sink into your rhythms. They can even escalate to sounds. Sure, they can't mimic you perfectly. If you say food, they're not going to say it back. They're not a parrot, but they may meow back, proving they've recognized what you have said and are joining in. Do you make the effort to sync up with people you hate? No, of course you don't. You save that for those you love, for those you think are good people. And your cat does the same. Do cats avoid bad people? Here's a question we've all wondered. Do cats avoid bad people? The answer is yes. Well, no. More specifically, the answer is sort of. Cats often steer clear of people who are loud, erratic, dismissive, or inconsistent. Those who talk too fast. Those who grab them instead of waiting for the cat to want to be held. Those who don't respect boundaries in general. Even though these actions might seem like moral judgments, that's not quite the case. Your cat isn't assigning points to your soul or anything like that. It's just more about survival. In their heart, mind, and whiskers, they're still wild animals, so their instincts are fine-tuned to ensure both physical and emotional safety. And if they feel like a human offers them the opposite of those things, they will not approach or stick around. If a cat avoids someone, it might just be their way of saying, "Something here doesn't feel right. I'm getting out of here." But just because your cat trusts you doesn't mean you're doing everything right. In fact, we asked vets what cat parents get wrong the most. And their answer? It honestly shook us.